Okay YouTubers, I'm going to do the brakes on a Ssangyong Musso 21 model. Just share this video if anyone wants any tips. So step one is to remove some fluid from the reservoir, because when you change the pads, when you squeeze the calipers in, you'll see later on in the video, the fluid will rise and you don't want it overflowing on your bodywork or elsewhere because it can do damage. So for that purpose I was lucky enough to find a big syringe and take the cover off, suck some fluid out and put it in a glass jar. So that's my step one before I even start. Okay, so I sucked up 60 mils. I had to put the phone down just to do that because I'm only using one hand. 60 mils I got. I think that's plenty to start with. You don't want to suck out too much because otherwise you start getting air in your brakes and then you cause another problem. So I will put that into a glass jar and we can use whatever's left over, because this is nice and clean, to put some back in for topping up if and when need be. So I now need to keep that in a safe place, free from any dust or debris. So it's really noisy here because I'm next to the main road. So that's my step one. Just before we move on this video, just show you I've got the cap, but it's on loose, okay, just so the air can push out. I've only got it loose, just being so I don't get any dust and stuff in the reservoir. Okay, so when we do the back brakes, one thing we need to consider is to keep the car in park, and we need to release the handbrake, because if we don't release the handbrake then you won't be able to turn the back wheels and it'll make it very difficult to get the wheel off too. So park and we release the handbrake. If it's a manual, put it into probably first gear and just have the handbrake off. Make sure again the wheels are chocked and it's safely jacked up. Okay, so I'm going to start from the back, and this is the back wheel, so I'll be doing the back calipers first. I found a jacking point. Just for my own preference, I put a piece of wood on there so it doesn't scratch the metal chassis, because this is a four-wheel drive, so I can jack it from the chassis. Some of them will jack up from certain points on the seals, so just checking your car book to make sure you can find a safe jacking point. Hopefully you've got the original jack. I'm using a different jack for this car to stop any further movement, or if the jack accidentally comes down it will stop on the axle stand. So without further ado, I'm going to remove the wheels, jack it up enough to get clearance on the back wheel, and then I'm going to move the back wheel. I've got my little trusty Aussie toe impact wrench, so that will make life easier for me. You can use whatever tool you have necessary. Make sure you've got a good clearance under your wheel. So best if you're using a hand tool, make sure you've got your handbrake on the car, loosen it all first before you even jack the car up, and then life will be easy for you from there. Okay, so after having everything all jacked up all safely and removing the wheel, I've just taken these two bolts off at the top here, okay, for the caliper. So, but basically I'm just going to remove this part of the caliper here, take it off, because I've got room down here with the nice long brake hose. I'm going to rest it nicely on the leaf spring now. Have a glove on. So now I'm just gonna, I've just pulled that towards me and pushed it the other way just to loosen up the piston inside. So I'm just gonna jiggle that and pull it that way, and there we go. So that's the caliper piston. I'm not sure that's the right name, but what I'll do before I put that back on, I'll get a G-clamp and squeeze it up gently. And so for now, just carefully, without damaging anything, rest it on there and make sure that's on there, that it ain't going to fall off. So now we're into this part with the brake pads. If you can see, there's a little clip down there and there's a clip down there, because as we slide these pads hopefully we can jiggle them this way. Right, okay, I need 2 hands, but I'll jiggle them this way and see if they come off. If not, we'll try a different method. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video. I might just use a little flat-headed screwdriver just to guide it over that pin, and the same will be on the opposite side, and I'll slide these out. Please take note of how they come out. This one's got a shim on it, and this one's got a locator pin on it as well. Hard to see in the video, so just flip my finger on there. And this one's got the 2 little dots there, so it should be easy to identify with the new ones. So make sure you identify the new ones, or do one at a time, then you can't go wrong. Okay, so without further ado, I'll do that, and then I'll update the video. One extra thing to note, this had a brake, I think that's called a brake shim or something. I think that stops the vibration and squeaking. Now that was on here too, so I'm going to remove that and clip that onto the new one. Hopefully I get that in the right location. So here we go, let's see how we go. Make sure I get it the right way around. Yeah, so, alright. Oh, turn the video, turn the phone around, not very easily. Oh, here we go, no, here we are, and here. So, yep, I just squeezed that, and that squeezed past the locators and back on, and that's all on nicely. So there we go. So, as easy as that. You can tell we got it the right way, because I think it'll only go one way anyway, it won't let you go the other. Then we just grab the, oh actually before I grab that, I'm just going to pause the video. I'm going to get a G-clamp and just gently squeeze that in, should move nice and easy. Just don't damage any rubber, just be gentle with it. Okay, so I've got the G-clamp on there, so this is before I squeeze it up. You see we got the piston sticking out a bit. Don't know if I'm going to do it while I've got the phone on, because it's going to be difficult with one hand, but I'll just see. Yeah, it's going in. It's going to take a while. Alright, I will cut the, because I don't want to drop this and damage anything, so I will cut it. I'll just show you after I'll squeeze it in so you can see the difference. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's squeezed in. And I just done that gently just till it stops. I didn't force or exert any real main pressure, other than just gently screwing up the G-clamp just till it stops. So I removed that, and then that should just go on there very nicely. Okay, so you'll find that I've just put that on. All I had to do is just, hang on, let's get the video in the right place. So this is on nicely now, just put that back on. You will find you might have to just squeeze these little, bring this in a little bit with the rubber seal on it, and that kind of just springs in. Okay, so here we are, all back on. That's just got to tighten these up. I just tighten them till they stop, and then give them a nice quarter turn each, so I don't over torque them or break anything. And that's basically it. Those back pads are in. That's how easy it is just to do the rear pads. When we do the front brakes, the only difference being is we'll have it in park or in first gear, and we'll have the handbrake up, because we will be, when we're jacking the car up, it will just stop the car moving forward or back. And we should be good to go to start jacking up and preparing to do the front brake calipers. Okay, so now here we are on the front of the Musso 21. So brake pads and the caliper part inside there with the piston in it. So it's pretty much the same as the back, but as you can tell they're much larger, because they these have the hardest part of the wearing, I guess, for braking, because our fronts in there are, I don't know how it works, but they're a lot bigger on the front, of course. there's a lot more pressure because you've got the weight of the engine and everything, so they need to be bigger. And, okay, so pretty much it's going to be the same. So if you're confident and you want to skip the video and finish here, that's fine with me, but please give me a like and subscribe. If not, I'll get into the video on the process on the front. I'll start with undoing that one now, and this one here. Hopefully we can do the same. We can just grab that, pull off gently. I do have the pipe work here is a bit shorter, so I do have to be careful when I do this. Got to find a good spot, maybe just up here. I can rest it on this, I believe that's a torsion bar. Yep, so I'll try and rest it up there, so hopefully that's how I can do the front. Okay, so I removed the two nuts there, top and bottom. So now I'm gonna pull this whole thing towards me a little bit, give it a bit of pressure, and push it back the other way. Hopefully I can jiggle it off. 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom. So let's just wheel it off. Okay, so there's not much room with the pipe here, so I've got to be very careful with the brake tube. This is very tight, but I'll rest it up here. If you can see, just got to be careful with this, don't damage that. That is very important, of course. But there we go. It'll be the same again. I don't know if I'll be able to video because I might have to use 2 hands. It'll just be squeeze the calipers in, but there's 2 on there. There's one at this end and one at the other end. So G-clamp there, gently pull that in, G-clamp there, gently pull that in. And the same process basically. So got those little clips on there, so we just jiggle those out. And the same at the back. Got one down there, sorry. One down there and one up there. So it's just the same, but all in reverse. So we'll get them off. See, here we go. So I'm going to first get the screwdriver now, hold that, and just carefully, so it's moving. It's coming forward. And I'll just it's up to that point there, so I'll just get a screwdriver. If you cut the video, just gently push that down, pull it off, and we'll undo the other ones. So here we go, I got the first one off. They are quite a bit worn, but they do still have a little bit on them too, so you can see how thick these new ones are, and we can see how much is on that one now. So 80,000 Ks, I did get they're about half worn. Yeah, almost half worn, not quite. So they've done really well. These are worth keeping just for future reference or emergencies or anything. There's still quite a bit on there, a bit more than I thought. But I like to have, it's 80,000 Ks to me, it was time to change them. These are a little bit more worn than the front. So at the back of that one, that's how that looks. I know it's got a barcode on, one of those little QR codes it looks like in there maybe. Mando is the make, so if I look for more I could probably look for that, so I know I'll get original next time, but Bendix are still very good. So same again, just get the back one prepared and then undo the clip. Okay, so both pads are removed, that's the rear, and the other one down there is the front. It is on there, but I don't think I've got it on quite right, so I'm just going to use 2 hands, reline that, and see if it fits right. So here we go, everything's all lined up, put back in place. You just line the top tabs up with the those inserts there, so they all go back in. Make sure the curve is on the outside all matching. You can check it all round, all in there nicely. So now, as I say, we just got to squeeze up those 2 calipers. If you're not sure about that, if you watch the other video, it'll explain in the other video how to do it. I'm not going to go through that again. but I use a G-clamp and I gently squeeze that in just till it stops gently. And remember, you got one the other side of the caliper, like there's two on there, so we got to do both, whereas on the back it's only the one. And then once that's done, we can reposition that back on there, get the top nut in first, and then the top bolt, should I say, top bolt first and then the bottom one. Okay, so I've got that, I squeezed the calipers in and I've put it all back together and they're all nice and tight. It was a little bit trickier, however. I noticed that when you squeeze out, you get it all the way in and the other piston comes out a bit, so you have to keep doing it one at a time just to get them in tight enough so you can just get enough clearance to get this unit back on, and then you can tighten up the nuts. So that's basically it for the front. Let's put the wheel back on. I won't go for the wheel because if you took the wheel off, you should know how to put it back on. But always make sure that when you tighten them up, go crossways until you get them all nice, and then you can go around in a circle and check them. Okay, so I'll leave the video here. Please like and subscribe. I hope this helps you. The only tip I'll give you afterwards is to recheck the level. As you notice, we took quite a bit out. This is the fluid, and it's raised up quite a bit. If I come around the side, you might see the markings there. It's got the maximum on the side. I don't know if you can see that. That bit right and at the very top. It's got the minimum and the maximum. It's almost at the maximum. I took 60 mils out. By the time I do the other one, it should be at the max. If not, I'll just put a tiny bit back in just to get it back up to the line up there. And should be good. Just double check, make sure all your nuts are tight. Don't over tighten them. Yeah, that's it.